I'm Tom Guppenberger from Telemark, and I'd like to welcome you to our presentation on innovations in EBeam. Telemark has been in business now for 31 years, and I'm happy to say I've been here for 20 years of those 31 with Telemark team here helping our customers. Telemark offers a wide range of components utilized in the EBeam deposition process. In this presentation, we will cover innovations made since our last in-person SVC. This last year has been very interesting for all of us, and I'm sure we're all looking forward to getting back to what will be our new normal, as they are saying. Included in this presentation, we'll go over improved arc-suppression techniques, upgrades to our quartz crystal instrumentation, and upgrades to our IMB Power Supplies. Other innovations we've come up with over this last year or two has been a larger 4,000 watt cryochiller, and we've also improved and increased the capacities of our EBeam sources. We also have larger indexers, adding increased torque for our larger sources. And in our indexing, we also are offering an in-pocket confirmation switch. We'll go over those here in this presentation, and at the end, we'll be open for questions that you may have after the presentation. For our arc suppression, we have made improvements in our supply and how our power supplies handle high voltage shorts and arcs caused in everyday use of a source, from material outgassing, from shorts that occur from flaking of particles onto the emitter assemblies, and just standard shorts that occur during deposition of EBeam materials. We've also improved our standard emitter assembly, increasing distances between the beam former and the anode, increasing the distances in our high voltage feed-through, adding different high voltage insulators and caps to protect those. In the process of doing this, we've made it so that there is less arcing in and around the emitter assembly area, greatly reducing the amount of arcs that the power supply will see and that you'll see during your deposition. Our arc-less design, or arc-free design, we have brought the high voltage leads out of the vacuum, put them in a bellows where we carry the high voltage feed leads into the chamber through this bellows, and the penetration is done just under the chamber or in the source area. We offer 5 different options for mounting these, and the high voltage leads are then brought in underneath the source where the emitter will plug in. So by removing the high voltage leads in vacuum, these areas aren't subject to high pressure and arcing. So this has allowed us so that we can run evaporations into the high -4 scale and do this smoothly. In our deposition controller line, our 861, which we introduced a few years ago with the color touchscreen graphics and easy to maneuver around, very intuitive system, we've added the 862. This is a co-deposition controller now, so you can do co-deposition, evaporating 2 materials at one time, or you can do it sequentially. You can also do crystal averaging with the 862. Both these products, you can use our option of either a 25-pin input-output connection or a 37-pin input-output connection. This makes replacement of the older Telemark 360s or 880s in the field to be done seamlessly and much easier for you by having the same connections and the pin outputs. In the IMB Power Supplies, we've made major upgrades to the power supplies. We've also introduced a mini UHV source that allows you to run in the 10 to the -10 scale mounted on a flat flange, so you can operate in the UHV area now with our ion beam sources. The 750 model has replaced our XIAD source, offering 750 watts of power. Our 2550 model line has replaced our ST55, offering you 1200 watts of power. The 2000 line is a new product line offering 2000 watts of power, and the 3000, which offers you 3000 watts of power. So this way you can get the size you want by not having too much power, or when you're in those in-between states, was this too small, this too big. We now offer these 4 product lines that you can meet your requirements and not overspend or underspend on getting your product. The interfacing of the IMB Power Supply has been improved, so you'll have a seamless, easier communication with your PLC. Here's an example of the UHV ion source, what we're calling our mini UHV source, mounted on a flat flange for your UHV operation. Telemark is now offering a line of larger EBeam sources. We've increased the amount of pockets and the size of the pockets that you can use in our EBeam sources. We have our model 285, our 287, our 295, and our newest product line, the 298. The 298 is the largest of our product, that you can do 12 100cc pockets in a 15 kilowatt configuration. You can do 16 100cc pocket capacity for a 10 kilowatt source, or you can use a trough for continuous hearth use of 2,880 cc's of material. With all these product lines with the larger sources, you can meet and hone in the size you need for your particular application, be able to rotate, have fresh material where people are requiring a fresh material on every layer, or for thick films, you will have the capacity to run very thick films without having to utilize too much material in the pocket, which will keep your plume centered, help you with your distribution and utilization of your material, and the uniformity of your product. In our indexer line, we've added an in-situ pocket indexer feedback. By having a hub mounted on our source, the pocket will detect that the indexer has reached the pocket. With this positive feedback, this will eliminate any question: did you have linkage slipping? Did your pocket not quite get to its proper position? You'll get a positive feedback that your pocket has met and reached its location. We offer 3 different sizes of indexers now. We have the 396, we have the 398, and the 399. 396 is for our small to mid-size sources. The 398 is for our mid to large size pocket sources, and the 399 is for our very large sources that we've just developed. The torquing is increased as you go up in size with these indexers to handle the increased torque on a larger source. Along with our standard ST line of power supplies of the 4, the 6, and the 8 kilowatt, we offer the SX version for our 10 and 12 kilowatt power supplies. The SX line is also used if you're going to use 2 sources out of 1 power supply. So a dual 8, 10, 12, 4, or 6 will be made in our SX version. In the SX version, what we've done is we've taken the robust design of our ST supplies and we've added to that the strong SCR design of source control that we've used in our TT power supply for over 30 years that offers a much more rugged and reliable method of controlling the emission, and it's allowed us to package it into a smaller package for the dual output supplies. This all fits into one nice small power cabinet, where before with our ST supplies we had to have a second cabinet for the source sensor cards. This now all fits into the one power supply size with our new design of emission control that has been proven for over Telemark cryogenic chillers we've made now for over 20 years. With the Telemark cryogenic chiller, you can eliminate liquid nitrogen if you're still using liquid nitrogen, so you don't have to continue to buy consumable product that's increasing in cost. And with calculations, we've seen that a payback can be achieved in generally a year or less for replacing liquid nitrogen with our cryogenic chiller. The cryogenic chiller will speed up your pumping, giving you increased speed, lower vacuum, and a cleaner vacuum. This year, we've added to our product line the 4800 kilowatt cryochiller for your larger volume chambers or your larger web coating chambers that have higher demand of heat load, water vapor load, so that you can increase your speed on your larger chambers of pumping with our new 4800 Telemark cryogenic line. I hope you found this presentation informative. We will now take questions and answer any questions you may have, or if you have questions that come up later, I can be reached on my cell at 978-985-2563 at any time. You can call the factory and ask for support at 360-723-5360. We'll be looking forward to coming and visiting our customers and seeing you all next year at the SVC in Long Beach, California.